Hi, I'm Nelson, and this is the Sir Nelson IELTS and General English Training. In this video, we are going to look at the present perfect continuous tense. The present perfect continuous shows how long an activity has been in progress. It shows the period of an activity from the past up to now. This tense shows that an activity started in the past and it continues up to now. In this tense, we use has been, have been, plus verb, plus ing. Remember, expose yourself to English if you wish to learn it. Surround yourself with English speech. Surround yourself with English books if you want to read it. But learn to crawl before you walk. Learning English takes time and patience. It cannot be rushed. Relax and take it easy. We have two clocks here. The first clock, the time, it's 9 o'clock. He's teaching. We have a teacher in class. He's teaching, and the time is 9 o'clock. The second clock, it's 11 o'clock. He's still teaching. We use the word still for an activity that started sometime in the past, but it continues. Still teaching. Started at 9, at 11, he's still teaching. Now, this is where the present perfect continuous comes in. Number 1, he has been teaching English since 9 o'clock. It means he started teaching at 9 and continues up to now. The key word here is since. The word since means from. He started teaching English from 9 o'clock. We use since in present perfect continuous to refer to a point in time, a point of time. Number 2, he has been teaching for 2 hours. The word for can also show a period of time. A period of time can also be used in the present perfect continuous to show a period. After 4, you count 1, 2, 3, 4. You count the period of time and you put it there. So we say he has been teaching for 2 hours, but since 9 o'clock. Remember, since means from 9 o'clock. Practice. Follow the example and you try. This time we are not going to use time, but we are going to use the days. 1, 2, and then you use the present perfect continuous. Remember to use since and for. Practice. Another practice, present continuous. This time use years and then you write number 1, 2. 1 is for since, 2, 4. Remember to use the present perfect continuous. You can also use this. Practice your English. Present continuous, number 1, number 2. Present perfect continuous. Follow the example. Complete the sentences using the present perfect continuous. You try to do number 1 up to 4. We have a story here. This story has a lot of present perfect continuous. Mr. Bascop would like to be the next mayor of Wickham City. He has been running for office since last year. A mayor is a person elected to lead a city. A mayor is a leader of a city. The word run, the verb run in politics means to compete as a candidate. Not the physical running, but to stand as a candidate for any office. The word banker means someone with an important position in the bank. There are many people who work in the bank, sweepers, cleaners, many. But the ones who have important positions in the bank are called bankers. Mr. Bascope has been running for office since last year. That's present perfect continuous. As a banker, Mr. Bascope is concerned about the economy. He wants to bring more business to the city and has promised to build a toy factory in City Park. Mr. Bascope has been making a lot of speeches lately. He has been talking to the voters about jobs, taxes, and crime. Mr. Bascope has been spending a lot of money on his election campaign. So far, it has cost him over $50,000. There are many sentences here which are in the present perfect continuous. This is the vocabulary that we have looked at. Economy, the system of trade and industry by which the wealth of a country is made and used. Toy, Mr. Bascope wants to build a toy factory. Toy factory in the City Park because he wants to create business for the people. Factory, he wants to build a toy factory, a building where large amounts of goods are made using machines. Speech, he has been making speeches. Of course, when you're a politician and when you are running for office, you have to give speeches to the voters. The people who are going to elect you, they vote for you. Lately means recently. A voter is a person who votes and who has a legal right to vote, especially in an election. Crime. Mr. Bascope wants to fight crime, illegal activities, bad activities, murder, burglary, like the gentleman is burglaring a house, murder, pickpocketing, stealing. He wants to fight. Every big city has such crime. Mr. Bascope is promising people to solve the crime problem. A campaign. He's running for mayor, so he has to run for a campaign. A campaign are the activities that people do when they run for office. Politicians do this. They go to the street, they hold placards and all that. They make speeches. That is all that, those activities is what we call the campaign. 1, 2, 3, 4. Answer these questions in a full sentence. If a question is in the present perfect continuous, you answer in the present perfect continuous. If it is in the present simple, answer in the present simple. Answer in a full sentence. We have another candidate. This one is Otis Jackson. Otis Jackson is also running for mayor of Wickham City. He has been campaigning, that is present perfect continuous, for a few months. As an artist, Mr. Bascope was a banker. Otis Jackson is an artist. Otis appreciates the natural beauty of Wickham City. He wants to protect the environment and has promised to save City Park. Mr. Bascope wants to build a toy factory in City Park, but Otis Jackson wants to save City Park. Otis is concerned about the ordinary working people. He has been asking questions and listening to people's complaints about city government. Otis has very little money. Mr. Bascope has a lot of money. He has spent over $50,000 on the campaign, but Otis has little money to spend. But he has a lot of volunteers and they have been working hard for him. Some new words: artist, someone who paints, draws, or makes sculptures. That's a painting, that's making a sculpture and drawing. Otis Jackson is an artist, while Mr. Bascope is a banker. Appreciates the natural beauty. As an artist, he wants the environment. He doesn't want to spoil the environment. Otis Jackson wants to save the environment. Environment means the air, the water, the land in which people, animals, plants live. Everything around you is what you call the environment. Park, a large area of land with grass and trees surrounded by walls in the city where people can go and relax. Mr. Bascob wants to build a toy factory and destroy the park. Otis Jackson wants to save the park. He loves the environment. Ordinary. Otis Jackson wants to help ordinary people. Ordinary people normally, those ones who are unemployed, can't go to the park and relax. Complaint. Otis Jackson has been listening to complaints, statement that something is wrong, non-satisfactory. He listens to the people complaining about their quality of life in Wickham City. Volunteer, a person who does something willingly without being forced and not paid to do it. Otis Jackson doesn't have a lot of money, so he uses volunteers. You can see in the picture scouts or people who come. There are such people who work for free to help humanity. They are called volunteers. Otis Jackson has little money, so he decides to use volunteers. Answer these questions in a full sentence. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, the IELTS and General English at Sir Nelson School. That is our the link to our channel.